Hey guys, welcome back to ASK Beauty and More. I'm Stacy, and today I'm going to be filming a first impressions and wear test for you guys. It's all drugstore products. Yay for drugstore products. Some of these products are new at the drugstore and some of them are just new to me. But either way, we're going to be testing them out, and I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and click subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate that. Now, without any further ado, let's jump right on into the video. Okay, so I've just tied my hair back, and I didn't have a new primer to test out, so I primed half of my face, this half, with my favorite Professional by Benefit. So I'm going to see how the foundation that I'm going to test out wears on the side with my favorite primer and how it wears on the side with no primer at all. And speaking of which, the foundation I'm going to try out today is the Rimmel Stay Matte Foundation. I also have a new brush to test out today. It is the Real Techniques Blend and Blur All Over brush. It looks like this. It is huge. So we're going to see how this works out. I have my favorite foundation brush on hand just in case I don't like this one. So let me read a little about the foundation and the brush. Okay, the Real Techniques site says that this brush is has a densely packed oval head for maximum blending from face to décolletage. It says to use sweeping or circular motions to blend powders, creams, or liquids. Now let's see what they say about the foundation. Okay, on Rimmel London's site, this is what they say about the Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. It says a feather light oil-free formula with an airy mousse texture that won't feel heavy or greasy. It delivers all-day shine control and blends flawlessly for a natural-looking matte finish. Minimizes the appearance of pores, and it then says the wait is over. W-E-I-G-H-T. The wait is over. Finally, shine has met its matte. So let's see how true this holds to its claims. I forgot to mention I picked up the shade 010 Light Porcelain. So I just squeezed a little out on my finger. It looks like this. It does feel moussey. It's very thick feeling as well. So I'm just going to dot this around my face. Let's see, I'm going to start on the primed side. Oh, it feels kind of weird. The texture of it feels a little strange. Okay, so I'm going to get my mirror situated here. And I'm going to try this giant brush by Real Techniques. Okay, let's see. Well, I tell you, it really does blend it out very quickly. But I'm not seeing much coverage. Okay guys, I just don't know about this brush. To me, it just kind of feels a little heavy and awkward to hold. So I am going to switch to my favorite foundation brush, which is the Morphe E6. Looks like this, just a flat top foundation brush. And I'm going to try it with that. And let's see. It does not look or feel very matte on my skin right now. Maybe it will dry down. And as far as minimizing pores, I don't believe it has minimized any pores. My pores look a little more minimized on this side, but that is the side I use the Professional Primer on. On this side, they look pretty normal. Okay, so I'm not sure about this foundation. The jury is still out on that. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. I don't have a new concealer to try out today, so I'm just going to go in with my favorite NARS Radiant Creamy. Okay, concealer is on, and I just sat that down with my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And I also had to set my cheeks and forehead area where I want to bronze and add blush and stuff because it did not dry down. It was still tacky. It's still tacky in places where I did not set with powder. So I'm not sure on the Stay Matte claim on this. That's to be determined still. Next, I'm going to go in with this Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Trio. It looks like this. I picked this up for this shade. I've heard that it is a really good contour shade for fair skin. I can tell that this shade is going to be too dark for me to bronze with, so I'll just use my regular bronzer, my favorite. But for now, I'm going to try this contour shade, and I'm just going to use a Luxie brush for this. Okay, that looks like a nice contour shade. I like that so far. I'll have to keep testing it out. But first impression, I like that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and add my favorite bronzer, the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Okay, bronzer is on, and next I'm going to try out this Butter Blush by Physicians Formula, and this is in the shade Plum Rose. It looks like a very pretty nude-ish rose color. I just love how these smell. Makes me want to go to the beach. Next, I'm going to try out this CoverGirl Feel and Shape Brow Powder. This is in the shade Soft Brown. Give it a shake. Now, to be honest, I have never used a brow powder like this before, so I'm a little nervous to try it, but I'm gonna give it a whirl here and we'll see how it works out. Oh wow, this is very dark. Very dark. It looks a lot more dark than it does on the package. I should have went for the blonde color. Let's see, maybe I can make it work. Okay guys, this is a no-go for me. It's my fault. I picked up soft brown because the blonde on the packaging, it looked really, really blonde. So I picked up the soft brown, but as you can tell, it is way, way too dark for my eyebrows. So I'm gonna wipe this off and then I'm just gonna go in with my regular brow routine. Okay, so I just went ahead and popped on some of my Essence Make Me Brow Gel, and that's all I did on my brows today. Okay, so next up I have the Magnifies Shadow Palette by Rimmel. It comes with two little sponge applicators. I'm not going to be using these today, so I'm just going to set this aside. So here are the colors. It does have some very pretty neutral colors. So let's see how they apply. I'm going to go in with a big fluffy blending brush by Morphe, and I'm going to pick up this shade here as a transition shade in my crease and blend it upwards toward my brow bone. I do have partially hooded eyes, so whenever I use a transition shade, I have to blend it upward so it can be seen when my eyes are open. Next, I'm going to take my MAC 217 and I'm going to pick up this shade here. And I'm going to put that in the outer corner and blend it into the crease a little. Okay, so I just applied the shimmer shade and then I took the blending brushes and blended the shimmer shade out in the crease and blended it into the darker color on the outer corner. Next, I'm going to pick up this Eco Tools dual-ended brush. It's got like a shader brush on this end and then like a liner brush on this end. I'm going to take the liner side and I'm going to pick up that darker brown shade with it and tap it off. And then I'm just going to press that into my lower lash line, right up next to my lower lash line. Now I'm going to take another dual-ended Eco Tools brush. This one also has a flat shader side and this has a small blender side. So I'm going to take the small blender side and I'm going to go in with that first transition shade we used. And I'm going to use that to blend the darker color out underneath my eyes. Next thing I have to try out here is the L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail Eyeliner. So we shall see if it is a never fail. It's a mechanical liner and it has a smudger on one end. So I'm going to put this in my waterline and see how it goes on. So that went on nice and easy. We will see how it holds up in my waterline, see its staying power. I don't have a new mascara to try out, so I'm just going to go in with my favorite L'Oreal Telescopic. Okay, so I just added my mascara and I went ahead and lined my lips with a Revlon lip liner. Revlon Color Stay in the shade Nude. Now I'm going to try out this CoverGirl Melting Pout liquid lipstick in the shade 105. I have just swatched this before, so that's why there's product on the top. You just squeeze this, the product comes out the top. I don't particularly care for applicators like this, but let's try it out and see how the product is. Okay, that's the lipstick. It's a little brighter than it appears in the tube. It's even more bright on my lips than it was on my hand when I swatched it earlier. But it's a pretty color. Okay, so that's it for this first impressions. I'm going to do a wear test, so I'll be checking in later, maybe in the middle of the day. It's currently 2:22. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it is 2:22 in the afternoon. So I'm going to try to do at least an 8-hour wear test on this makeup today. So I may check in a few hours and then I'll check in again before I take my makeup off at the end of the day. So I'll see you guys either in a few hours or at the end of the night. Hey guys, I am back for my check-in. It is 10:50 8:15, so the makeup has been on for almost 8 hours. So let's see. Sorry, it's shaky. I'm using my phone for this check-in. So let's see what we're working with here. Okay, let's start with this foundation brush. I'm definitely going to have to test this out some more. It's just a little big and heavy for what I'm used to, but I'm going to give it a couple more chances before I rule it out. The foundation, the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. It did not go on matte. It stayed tacky. So I had to set down my cheeks where I was putting my blush and bronzer and everything. But that being said, I'm not oily, like at all. And normally by this time I would be pretty oily. So it did help control my oils. So that's a good thing. But from leaning on my hand and stuff throughout the day, it does seem to have worn off in this area a little bit. It also seems to have maybe creased in a couple of lines I have on my forehead. And as for the minimizing of pores, yeah, I don't find that to be true at all. My pores look exactly the same as it did before I put the foundation on. But I'm going to try it out a few more times. It's okay. It's not great. The Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Palette, I really liked this contour shade. It has faded a little, but it has hung in there pretty well throughout the day. So I like that, and I'm excited to keep using that. Now the Butter Blush from Physicians Formula has pretty much faded, it seems. You can see a little remnants of it, but it's pretty much faded. I'm going to have to try that out with a different foundation. The eyebrow powder from CoverGirl was a fail, an epic fail, but that was because the shade was just way too dark for my brows. The Rimmel eyeshadow palette, the Magnifies Shadow palette, it's pretty good. It's not bad for a drugstore palette. You can see here, it has faded a little, but not bad. I did not even use an eyeshadow primer, so it's not bad at all. I say that is a great eyeshadow palette for under $10. The L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail eyeliner, mechanical eyeliner. It's not bad. It has faded from my inner rim on the inside. It has faded a little, but it's not bad. It's stuck around pretty well. And lastly, the Melting Pout liquid lipstick. Well, it's pretty much completely faded now, but it faded gracefully. It faded very gracefully, and even though it has pretty much all faded, I have not touched up at all. It was not matte, but it didn't claim to be matte, or at least not that I read on the packaging. So all in all, I think this first impressions was a pretty good one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and what you think of them. Let me know if there's any new products out at the drugstore or otherwise that you would like for me to try out, and I can do that in a future video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and click subscribe down below. And that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.